Let's do it.
Attention shoppers, Deadcast Top 5 in 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, it's our top 5 highlights for season 7, episode 15, the penultimate episode of the season, called Something They Need. Did you like
Something They Need. I did. Yeah,
Cool.
I did like it. Yeah, I thought it was a good episode, and there was some super strong moments of the episode.
Yeah.
And it felt like it had a lot of good momentum, which I think this season has been somewhat lacking. So it was nice to see. Yeah.
There was one part after the really, really fucking sleazebag guy was messing with Sasha.
Rapey Davy.
Yeah. And then, isn't that your nickname for your husband? No. So,
You know, guys named David do not fare well in The Walking Dead.
Did you know there's been 4 Davids now?
Have there?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Let's see. I have it in my notes here. There was Burnt Up David.
Burnt up by Carol.
Uh-huh. There's Tara's dad. Tara and Lily's dad is that old dude who zombified on the bed and tried to eat them both.
And the governor at the last second killed.
Yeah, that's the one. There was David who had a note for his wife, but it never reached her.
Oh, yeah.
That was David. And then there's Rapey Davy.
And
So
then
you're
there's
right,
Rapey
man.
Davy.
They don't do so good.
No, they're not loving Davids on that show. Sorry, honey.
So right after that, then when Negan came in and said, killed him because he was going to rape her.
Yep.
I was thinking, oh, Karen's going to hate this episode.
No, it was great actually because Sasha gave him a Glasgow kiss. You know, she boom with her head, and which was her only weapon at that moment.
I thought she was going to bite his nose off or something.
Oh, that would have been good too. But the fact that she gave him a swift skull bump, it was so good. Yeah, she was fighting. She is, man, Sasha's all that.
Yeah, man. She's a fighter.
She is.
She's never, that's one of my points, but while we're talking about it, like, I think at one point we were supposed to maybe believe that she actually had chosen to stay there and regretted it. I'm not sure, though. I'm confused, but it seemed like that.
Let's get into that because I
Okay.
think it's worth breaking down.
Okay, well, I thought the episode was really good, too. It was exciting and had really good moments and twists even and tense moments and momentum for sure. There were some head scratchers, which we'll get to.
Yeah.
But my number 5, can I go first?
Yeah, do.
Is Sasha. So first of all, there was a hell of a fracas that we missed apparently.
Yes.
Which is sort of a bummer.
It happened all off screen.
You know what? It was so exciting last night when you came in and did all that stuff. That would have been so cool if it was like a TV show.
Remember when I was one of the ones that tied you up, and I'm like, wow, this sounds like it really would have been an interesting TV show, huh?
And she went in guns blazing and you heard screams.
Yeah, right.
That sounded exciting.
And you know what else kind of sucks is that AMC released pictures of her in the jail cell.
Yeah, and that was all in the news and everything.
There was no suspense because we knew she was fine and in jail. So not only did we not see it happen, but we didn't even think that maybe she didn't make it because there she was in the jail. Oh, okay. All right.
Oh, well.
Maybe it'll be a flashback at some point.
Maybe. Yeah, I doubt it. So then there's this David guy who I think it may be, for me, the cringiest scene in all of Walking Dead. That
really,
like,
yeah.
I even watched the season 7 premiere twice, and I don't want to see this scene again. It was just so like, oh, I want to fucking get. He's touching her and saying, "God, you're pretty," and all that.
Yeah, I know. It was a very creepy moment.
Yeah.
But the great thing is, Sasha was right there with a giant headbutt and fought the only way she could, told him to go to hell. I loved it. And then all of a sudden there's Negan.
And she would have, I mean, I think if, she got her shot in, but I think if not for Negan, she would have been in big trouble.
I don't know. I think people underestimate how tough she is. So maybe he would have underestimated her, and she could have fought more. I don't know.
He's a big guy, though.
He is a big guy, and we won't know, but he's a big dead guy now.
I mean,
Yay!
She was also standing there with Negan and with a knife, and didn't choose to try her luck with him.
Right. And he did point out, I'm the guy standing above you with a baseball
bat.
Yeah. So good luck, lady.
Right.
And right. You know, it's funny. I gotta say, Negan, I don't understand how, what a hypocrite he is, because, you know, in his warped mind, rape is a no-go for him. You know, he calls David Rapey Davy, and, you know, rape is not a thing for him. But it's so strange because he coerces women into becoming his quote unquote wives and his concubines, and, you know, basically said to Dwight's wife, it's either you become my wife or I kill Dwight. Those are your options.
To the point where they're asking someone to cook up the poison pills to kill him.
Right. Yeah,
I don't really think they're into him.
No, they're not, Negan. They're not.
Right. You are a rapist, dude.
Mm-hmm. You might want to rethink your whole stand. But okay. Hey, he saved Sasha, so I'll give him that.
Yeah. Crazy. So then I guess he figures emotional coercion doesn't count, but that's really stupid. So Negan gives Sasha 4 choices. He says, this knife is yours now. You can use it and try to take me out, slit your wrists, do nothing, and wait for David to come back to life and eat your face, or knife him now to stop him from becoming a zombie, which he said, save yourself, join the cause. I mean, from what we've seen in this show, she could easily take care of him. So if he came back to life, we know she wouldn't have any problem killing him. But, you know, probably to be smart, she would go ahead and kill him beforehand so she wouldn't have a fight on her hands. And why does that have to mean that she's chosen to be on their side? I think there's a pretty damn good chance she's going to kill this guy to save herself. And there's an equally good chance that she's not going to choose to go with Negan. So those two, why do those two things have to go together?
Yes, exactly. They can be separate things. She can kill the would-be zombie, and she could also plot against Negan, which is what I hope she's doing right now. So yeah, I don't get Negan's logic. I mean, he tells Sasha, hey, I know you killed a bunch of my people, but, you know, there's a job waiting for you on my staff.
And I killed your boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
And you came in here ready to die. That was how important it was for you to kill me. But I'll just take it that because you just saved your life by killing the zombie, that means that you want to be on my side now.
So he's playing her, right?
I guess so. It seems like it, right?
Yeah. That can't be a legitimate job offer. He's playing her. Although he made a big mistake with Daryl, thinking he could recruit Daryl onto his side. And he seems to have recruited Eugene to his side. Yeah. But quite frankly, I still think Eugene is going to make himself a hero at some point.
Yeah. Well, it does. The weird thing is, it did seem like maybe she considered it, because when Negan came back the next morning, she had a sick look on her face, like she was trying to live with her decision. Yeah,
that could be. But maybe she gives him misdirection. Maybe she gives him bad information. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think, knowing her, she would not choose security at the sacrifice of her own integrity, unlike Eugene.
Yes.
You know, Sasha wouldn't do that. I mean, she was in there ready to die. So that's not, and the way but it was kind of interesting the way Negan tried to persuade her. He's like, help me run this place, following the rules, working together. That's all this was ever about. And it still can be for you. I know it's hard to picture considering what I did, but Sasha, we all got shit to get over. I just want you to understand we're not monsters. So I think in his mind, he's working for the greater good.
Maybe, or he's got some other devious plan up his sleeve. He doesn't strike me as all that devious. He strikes me as kind of bombastic and right up front. So maybe that's really what he thinks. And if that's what he thinks, we'll see what happens.
We'll see. Then the last part of Sasha is I thought the scene at the end was interesting between her and Eugene.
Yep.
It was weird that we didn't see her face because she's in another room and it's like, Charlie Brown's teacher kind of thing, and she got all the dialogues pretty much, so you just see his face, and you find out it's because she's BSing him and trying to find a weapon. But it was still weird. I wondered if it would have been better if they would have just cut back and forth between both of them, and she was putting on a really good act, so we didn't know for sure, but then somehow clued us in at the end.
Right,
you know?
right.
But I still liked it though. It was a neat twist because you just knew he was going to give her that pill, and she was not, and she was going to be like, fuck. It was funny. It was like a little Alfred Hitchcock Presents twist.
Dang it! What can I do with a pill?
Maybe I will take this. God damn it.
Well, maybe she can slip the ricin to Negan.
Right. Put it in his stevia.
Do we know it's ricin, by the way?
No, we don't. I don't know where you got that.
It's a poison pill, but
I know that. But
yeah.
Right,
exactly. Right.
Yeah. So
I think people have been calling it ricin just because it's funny and Breaking Bad-esque.
I like it. Mm-hmm. What's your number 4 or 5?
Sasha was actually. I'll make that my number 5 because Sasha was right up there. Okay, all in all, with Sasha, just go girl. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, she'll do something, and I'm still afraid that maybe she won't make it past next episode. So who knows whether she's going to get a chance to poison him, but she's going to do something.
I hope she goes out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, just headbutting tons of guys.
Would that be great? It's very superhero. I would love it.
Okay. My number 4, Eugene. Do you still think Eugene is playing the long con?
No, I think Eugene was being very sincere when he explained what happened, and it makes a lot of sense. And I don't blame him one bit, and I felt really bad for him, and I totally understand. And I think that he doesn't buy what Negan is selling at all. He's not on board. He's not, when he says, I am Negan, he's only saying that because he wants to survive. He doesn't think Negan is this great guy. He just wants to not, he said, it scared the fuck out of him. So what I think is going to happen is I think he's going to have the chance to redeem himself and become a hero. Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, me too. And it's very predictable, but hopefully satisfying when that happens, because we know it will.
I agree. He made the correct select.
You do?
I do.
I mean, I think I'm glad. Like I've been saying, I want this to be the case because I like when there's flawed characters and it makes sense for him. He's been a coward and he's been the kind of guy to glom onto somebody, so it's good. Yeah. Good to have that. But, from the point of view of someone who used like say I was an Alexandrian, I'm like, you fucker.
Yeah.
Come on, we're all fighting here.
He hasn't really helped him all that much. Sure,
he poured.
I haven't seen him make bullets. I've seen him walking around, and I've seen him pour liquid metal on zombies for effect.
You're saying he hasn't helped at the saviors. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm not sure how much he's helping right now, which is great. So he's there eating their Cheerios, basically.
I think the reason why Negan sent him in was because Negan knows that he is a convert of sorts. He's as much of a convert as a lot of people there. We've already seen there's a bunch of people who don't like Negan, but they're doing it out of fear. And so just to send somebody in, hey, here's somebody from your group that's come over to my side, that might help persuade Sasha.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, taking up the management here was indeed the correct select. And then I liked when he was trying to convince her to join, and he goes, he would want you to. And then he goes, he wouldn't.
She had a look on her face like, no. Really?
That was good.
Yeah, it was. He's so good. That was a great scene. Yep.
Yeah, there was some good stuff. Okay, your turn. Number 4.
Actually, Eugene was like my number 3, so I'm going to make him my number 4. No, it's good.
Okay, let's take a little break and go to our first sponsor then. That's Distilled. It's hard to find that perfect pair of jeans. You don't want to spend too much money. You don't want to break the bank because you really can. You can spend hundreds of bucks. And you also want something that lasts. And so that's why you need Distilled. With Distilled, you get luxury grade denim at an affordable price. Jeans that would normally cost you hundreds starting at just $75. And because they use the same fabrics, factories, and wash houses as the best known brands and designers, but skip the markup and middlemen, that's how they do it. The result, pure unadulterated denim with a guaranteed fit, but without the retail runaround. And those are things that I like. There's, a few things that I want, and I feel like I can't ever get all 3. I want comfort, I want style, and I want durability. I often will be satisfied with comfort. That's kind of probably number 1. If it wears out, I'll buy another pair.
Right.
But this with Distilled, you get all 3. They really look good. They're some of my best looking jeans. They feel good. They're kind of stretchy. They're totally comfortable. And I've had these jeans for about a year now, and they're holding up just fine. So
that's great.
It's awesome, yeah. And they're not that expensive. They have an amazing selection of outerwear, leather jackets, t-shirts. Their style is a lot of blacks and whites and grays, which I really like. That's kind of my thing. They have a leather bomber jacket. They have cotton jackets, nylon, suede, a wool coat. They have some wallets. So definitely worth checking out their site to see what you think. You get free shipping and free returns until you find that perfect pair that you want. So Distilled is your answer to elevated style without elevated prices. You can try this denim that's being raved about by celebrities as well as publications like Forbes, Time, TechCrunch, GQ, and Vogue, and see where minimalist design meets maximum comfort. Just go to dstld.com/deadcast. Right now you get 10% off your first pair. That's dstld.com/deadcast for 10% off. 5 letters, dstld.com/deadcast. Try it out. Thanks, Distilled. Okay, number 3. Why don't you do your number 3 first?
Okay, I will. My number 3 is I thought that the Barnacle Zeds were awesome. Oh, I love them so much. When they first went by, they went by in the intro, which was pretty great. But when they first kind of went close to the camera and I could see the detail, I noticed the barnacles on them. And I thought, now that's stepping up your game. That's pretty great, Greg Nicotero.
Yes. Because Greg Nicotero, you can tell he's still so passionate about making a really cool zombie, and I feel it, like this. They knocked this one out of the park.
Oh man, I loved it so much, and some of them had kelp on them still. They really looked like they had been underwater for a long time, which is sort of an amazing thought.
I think it reminded me of Creepshow, which we reviewed, and Ted Danson gurgling underwater zombies, and that was directed by George Romero, by the way, and we covered it in episode 147, where we also talked about our top 5 favorite horror movies, so that's a good one to go back to. But I'm pretty sure Romero, that's one of his intentional tribute zombies,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So actually, and that's kind of a question that I have for you. So it looked like we saw in the background that there was a barge that had washed up. Did you notice that?
I didn't notice.
Yeah. So on the beach, you're probably so intently looking at the zombies that you didn't notice that behind the zombies, there was a washed up, it looked like it looked like a freighter or a barge or something.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some people talk about how it looks kind of like what Fear the Walking Dead looks like the ship that they're on. Yeah, which is sort of funny. And people were speculating about that. Anyway,
because it's 2 years later or something, or 3 years later.
Exactly. So I was thinking that's where these zombies had come from, maybe. So they had been in the water, and maybe you see this crashed barge behind them, and maybe they had come from this barge. And so in my head, I'm trying to figure out, okay, how could that have gone? And I was thinking that maybe they were trapped inside like one of the holds, and they always could have escaped, but they didn't really have a reason to escape. You know how zombies are attracted to like light or movement or sound or smells. So all of a sudden you have the big explosions happening because they lit off the dynamite outside of Oceanside. And the dynamite, finally, there's a loud enough sound to attract the zombies because they've got barnacles on them. So obviously they've been underwater for quite some time for barnacles to form. So all of a sudden now they're like, that was a big sound. And it sounded like it was coming from over there. Let's go and find out what that was. So then they come out of the hold from under the water and they start walking towards where they think the sound came from.
Yeah.
And that's...
Go ahead.
It's slightly suspension of disbeliefy, but I'll take it. That's how I explained it to myself.
I mean, I didn't think about it that far. They're near the ocean, so that was good enough for me that they've been hanging out around the water. But now I'm starting to think about it, and it's like, we saw in season 2 that one zombie who was stuck down in the well became waterlogged and bloated.
Yes.
So that does not line up with this.
It doesn't. So that's true. Maybe these ones were zombies that were hanging out just around the shore, sort of half in the water, half out of the water, and barnacles formed that way, and the kelp got on them that way.
But as far as I know, barnacles don't form on things unless they're in the water. I could be wrong.
Quite some time. You're right.
We need any sailors out there. Write in and tell us.
Thanks.
Arr. Okay. Pirates, sailors, whatever.
Whatever.
Okay. Well, speaking of the water, my number 3 is Oceanside. And I think we've talked about how Rick sometimes takes on some of the characteristics of his villains, his arch nemesis. This week, he invades a group and takes all their stuff so he can protect them.
Yes.
That sounds like somebody we know.
Yeah, it sure does. And took it not just from anybody, but took all of the weapons, all of them.
Yeah.
From women and children.
They couldn't leave like 5 guns.
No.
To protect from the zombies.
Yes. From women and children.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, wow, look at him go. That's really messed up.
I mean, I thought, okay, why not just have Tara go and ask?
Yes.
And that would be not as exciting because it was exciting to watch. But also, I think he doesn't want to leave it up to chance. And there's a part of me that can get behind that. We're going to go in and do this, and you guys can be on our side or not. But, I think he could rationalize it by saying, if we don't stop the saviors, then eventually you guys are probably going to end up suffering anyway. I don't know. But I did admire, okay, we're not going to leave it up to chance. But I also was thinking, man, when Tara breaks a promise, she really breaks it. Not only did she tell somebody, but they just came back and I do think it was fucked up to take all their guns. Gabriel tried to convince him to leave some. We don't need all this, do we? He's like, yeah, we need it all.
Yeah, we do. Fuck them. Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. I mean, Tara really, you're right. She really betrays Oceanside. And she says at first she feels really, really bad about it. But Cindy, who at first was upset, then Cindy was like, hey, Tara, thanks for doing this. Did you notice that at the end?
Yeah.
She thanked her. I'm like, really? Thanks for doing this. Okay.
Some of them, yeah. I mean, some of them want to fight back, and I don't totally get why some of them, whoever want to fight, can't go with them. It has to be all or none. Yeah. I don't get that, but I understand. I would get that some people might be like, yeah, man, we've been wanting to fight, and Natanya won't let us, so this is probably what it took,
Right. By the way, also, I didn't think that Tara had, she had like what, a minute and a half to convince
I know.
Tanya.
It's like, I have 10 seconds to convince you to do this thing that you've been hiding out for the last 2 years. Come on, let's go. Quick. Oh, never mind. but didn't want to leave it up to chance. Do you think it's at all messed up that it was incredibly easy? It seemed like, I mean, they to go in and take over from these women who you would think would actually be kind of trying to be ready for something like this because they know that the saviors might be looking for them.
Yeah.
I mean, not even a shot fired from these
well,
women.
Michonne fired warning shots at the women.
No, I'm saying from them.
Oh, from them,
Yeah.
right? Because
like they were just
they were
blown right over.
They were running towards the armory, and yeah, didn't work. Yeah, it's funny too. I was thinking, well, did they have to use? Did our people have to use dynamite to make the point? Like, I hope they saved some dynamite to bring.
You're right. It's like, let's waste a bunch of dynamite and draw all the zombies over here and then take away their guns.
Yes. Right, exactly. We wasted a crap load of ammo, by the way.
This point isn't meant to sound as critical as it's coming off, because I thought it was exciting and that I could see Rick at this point being like, no, we're not going to leave it up to chance. You know, we need this to survive, and we'll ask them to join us. And it was fun to watch them make a plan and execute it well and everything.
And it was quick.
Yeah, it was quick too. Yeah,
blissfully quick. Yes, thank you. Well said.
So,
all right, Oceanside was actually my number 3. So,
do you think,
or number 2,
they will join the fight eventually?
I think some of them will for sure, because I thought a couple of those gals looked they were ready to sign on. On the other hand, they don't have any weapons anymore at Oceanside, and somebody's got to stay and protect them. So you need your best fighters to stay there until their guns get returned. I'm making quotation marks in the air. We'll see if they get returned.
I mean, hopefully they left their knives and spears and whatever else. Maybe a bow or two.
Right. And hopefully they've been practicing.
All right. My number 2, Maggie and Gregory. I really liked this scene. I think it was my favorite scene with Maggie and Gregory. It was really tense. Gregory's afraid of the zombie, and that I realize is one of the reasons why I like Fear the Walking Dead, because when the people are scared of the Zeds seem scarier.
Yeah.
And I loved when he went up to it. All right, I'm going to do it. And he gets close and he's grimacing and he's like, Jesus. He's like, I've never seen one of these things close up before.
I know.
Like, dude.
If that was, I would be the same exact way. If I had to kill a zombie and I'd never killed a zombie, and all I had was this little, he had like a little, 6-inch blade, and or even smaller than that. And that's what you're going to use to kill a zombie. That's like a hardcore advanced move. You know, a gun is for sort of beginners to kill a zombie, right?
Right.
But a little blade, like hand-to-hand combat, and you want to avoid the chompy part.
Yeah. Well, it's like anything, like roller skating or playing a video game. You suck at it at first, and you need practice. And once you get good, then it's nothing. But with zombies, that period where you suck is a little tricky because you die.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So,
avoid the bitey part.
Yeah. So just the fact that he considered trying to kill it, did that give him any points or not really?
Not really, no.
No. Because he was just trying not to look weak.
Yes.
That's all.
I'm the man. I've got to protect the pregnant lady.
And the one reason why I thought this scene was great is because Gregory is a wishy-washy person, and you don't know, he's desperate. And you don't know what he's going to do or where he's going to mess up. And so that uncertainty around a danger creates a really tense scene where you're not sure exactly how it's going to go. So I like that. But here's what I think was going on in his head. He's worried she's going to take over, just like he told Simon last week. And so he's considering all his options. He's trying to feel her out. He realizes she's out there alone. So I think it was one of his options was to kill her the whole time.
Sure.
But he wasn't sure if that's what he wanted to do. And he's like, where are your friends? You're all alone?
You're alone here.
But then, you know, there's even talk of aligning, and he considers that. And he went to kill her. And at first I thought he decided not to because he was just too scared. But when I looked back, it really looks like it's a moment of conscience for him.
Yeah.
He's putting his hand on his face like, trying to shake it off. Like, well, I can't do that.
Yeah.
So who knows? But then, you know, he has that whole mess up with the zombie, which I thought was pretty awesome. And
she saves his ass.
All his people see that. And I think that she was actually trying to help him out. She's like, he's never done it before, but he's learning. She was trying to explain why she just had to save their leader's life. You know, I don't think she was trying to, that wasn't a dig at him.
True.
But they're like, that's not what they told us.
Burn. And what's the result? He seems pissed.
Yeah. And he's shaken and rattled. And even though she just saved his life, he's going to he decided to get his valet and get all his stuff ready, and he's going to Sanctuary.
he's calling an Uber.
Yeah.
The zombie equivalent of an Uber.
He's like Eugene, man. He thinks the safest thing is to stick with the saviors because he could choose to go against them and try to rally his people, but he instead is going to go meet with Simon.
But Eugene would never have gone over on his own accord. Eugene would never have left. Eugene was kidnapped. I mean, he was actually kidnapped, and Eugene didn't have a choice. Once he was there, what was he going to do? Like, not cooperate? So
no, well, he had a chance to leave last episode, and he said, "I don't want to go. Leave me alone." I think he's totally fine being there now.
That's probably true, but yeah. Yeah,
not that I mean, just for his own safety. That's all. I mean, he's not exactly the same as Gregory, but I don't know.
I still think that Eugene is going to come out of this a giant hero.
Me too, and not Gregory. Eugene will, and Gregory won't.
I think Gregory's going to come out being zombie food. I think he's gonna be a delightful sort of a sports coat wearing treat for a zombie.
I don't make a lot of references to the comic, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say I hope that Gregory's storyline plays out like it does in the comic, because I would love to watch that on TV.
Ooh, I'm intrigued, and I don't know what that is, so maybe afterwards we can talk about
I'll tell you. Okay.
We'll talk about it. Compare and contrast.
But I just like this scene because he's all over the place. He goes from almost killing her to having his life saved by her, and he's flustered and he's mad, and it's just really fun to watch.
It was a very good scene. No, I liked watching it too.
Okay, what's your number one?
That was my number one also.
Oh my God, I'm stepping all over you today.
Sorry.
Right. Well, here's my number one. I'm appropriating your subcommittee on questionable actions.
What?
And they had a meeting, they filed a report, and I have it right here.
It's usually they don't agree, so this will be interesting.
This time they didn't have anything to say. No, I'm just kidding. So I thought, it was as easy for Negan to slide that knife through David's throat as it is for people to kill zombies.
Uh-huh.
So that doesn't go with our theory that zombies are all decayed and buttery, unless David had a condition of some kind. Just push it right through. I was having a hard time pulling a knife out of an apple the other day. Jenny was afraid I was going to slice my finger off. I was like,
wow.
It was pretty ridiculous.
Are you sure you want to keep that in the podcast?
It happened. I was surprised myself because Jenny,
I'm sure it did.
Okay, here, I'll make myself look a little better. Probably this will make me look worse. But she was like, I can't get this out. Can you help me? So she was having trouble. And then I was like, oh, sure. Let me see it. Damn it. She's like, don't cut yourself.
I think you're both iron deficient.
So anyway, Daryl is like, yeah, I'm sure Sasha and Rosita are fine. Sasha's a good shot.
I know. It's It's really funny that you said that because I said that I followed that under the subcommittee on questionable actions. It's right there too. I said,
you got the same report.
yes, we got exactly the same report. It doesn't seem like he would say that because he got out of there and he was tortured in there. So he's so cavalier about it.
He's like, she likes music.
Yeah, they're fine. They're already back at Hilltop.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you sweating?
Not only that, but nobody thinks it's a big deal. You know, I was thinking about it more since we talked about this, what they were doing last. And Rick is trying to go around and get everybody on his side and get ready to invade. But I'm sure he would like to have the element of surprise. And by Rosita and Sasha going in without talking to any of their group about it first and trying to make a first strike and get Negan, they're risking all of that.
Yeah.
And they could actually ruin the whole thing. And so when I thought about it that way, I'm like, wow, that was pretty fucked up. I mean, if they really want to do it, they should at least get buy-in from Rick.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, exactly. Also, can I just say, I wasn't on the podcast last time, so I really don't get to weigh in, but I'm going to weigh in anyway.
You said no to me last time, but I ignored it. So
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm a complicated lady. So I don't understand why Sasha and Rosita, who knew that they were going to do a sweep of the building for walkers, why they just didn't hide?
Yeah, up high or something.
Yeah,
right. Hide somewhere.
Just hide
because
they're
that's
looking
not
for
exciting.
walkers.
The writers are trying to find a way to.
Let's force them somehow. Let's create a reason why they have to go down into the sanctuary, and all of that has to happen. Yeah, okay.
It was
all
exciting.
Right.
I thought it was cool.
Oh, it was exciting, but it seemed like a bad idea.
Didn't totally make sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next on the list, Maggie was about as efficient digging up those blueberries as she was at killing that walker. Which is neither one. She's digging and digging and poking and poking.
Like,
is it hard to do that?
She's a farm girl. She just planted. No, it's not. For one thing, she was like just sort of screwing around with the straw on the top, the dead grass on top of the bush.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, first you clear the grass away, you clear it away, and then you take your trowel. And you don't even take a trowel if it's the earth is hard. You take a shovel.
Lauren Cohan doesn't know. She didn't do her research.
She comes from a long line of British gardeners. She knows.
And then she went over and was just as awkward with the zombie's face when we've seen her many times before, just shunk. And they needed her to take more time with both of these activities in order for the scene to play out correctly. But it just looked funny.
It did. I agree. It was a crazy looking CGI deer standing right next to them, basically.
Yeah, we could have the CGI deer moment of each episode. And then I was going to say that this is a little questionable whether it should be in questionable actions, but that it didn't take much for Eugene to help assist Sasha to kill herself.
No, it really didn't. Here you go. Here's the poison pill.
All right.
I don't think you should do it.
Then, he didn't even try to argue her out of it, really.
No, he really didn't.
Then I thought, well, if Andrea were here, she would have been even quicker on the draw. Oh, sure. Here, have a knife.
Wow, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, she almost got Beth killed.
Oh, that was Beth.
And then I'm wondering
at the farmhouse.
if when Sasha's walking around in the halls the next day, if Eugene's going to be like, did the pills not work or what happens? He's gonna wonder what happened. Huh, she's still alive.
Interesting.
Oh well.
Yeah. Anybody want some tea?
Right. Don't take tea from that woman. If he says that, we know he's really far gone.
Right.
Don't accept any drinks or drink anything around her. Why not? Just don't.
Just don't.
Just trust me. I know her. Okay. Notes.
I have 2 notes. First note is it was nice to see Eric and Aaron again. Mm-hmm. Even if so much time goes by that I forget what their names are. I mean, Aaron, yes. Eric, I was like, oh, there's his boyfriend. What's his boyfriend's name again? I had to look it up. It's kind of sad. But it also, afterwards, I was thinking about it, and I'm like, oh, look at that. They're having a sweet romantic moment right before they go into battle. Oh, no. That's the kiss of death, man. That's the kiss of death. They say they confirm their love for each other. That means that one of them...
Don't do that.
Don't do it.
What if you were in like the Walking Dead universe and you kind of figured out these rules of the universe? Then you would just have to avoid having too much progression in your character, or
right, exactly.
No poignant moments.
No speechifying.
Yeah, somebody starts confessing something, just get away. I don't want to hear it. Or trying to get deep or something.
Right.
Like,
Shit.
I'm all messed up, dude. I'm all messed up, and that's just the way it is.
That's the way I'm gonna be. It's gonna take a long time for my character arc to resolve.
Years.
All right, that's the first thing. The second thing is, and this is, you're gonna have to talk me down from this because this is a big one. I'm worried that they won't actually wrap up the battle with Negan and the Saviors, and maybe they won't even get the battle started. Mm-hmm. Or maybe they just get the battle started and then bam, screen goes to black and we have to wait until October.
Yeah, so I would be kind of bummed if it was that one, what you just said. I don't think they're going to do that either. Another just, let's get right to the climax and have a cliffhanger before anything satisfying happens. So I think we're going to see a somewhat satisfying episode next week. But I think it's going to be just the start of the fight. It's not going to be the end of Negan's story. So I can't talk you down. Sorry. Not completely anyways.
That's okay. You know, it's funny. David said to me, he's missed like 4 episodes. And he asked me, what did I miss? And I said, I thought for a second, I'm like, no, you're good. That's all right. You don't have to get caught up.
Just because Negan is still in the same position he pretty much was at the beginning of the season. There's been some great stuff, like the whole Eugene episode a while back was really cool. And, I mean, I'm entertained by it. I think there's been deaths and different things too.
I'm with you. I'm entertained, but I am also going to say that this was a season heavily reliant upon wheels spinning.
Okay. I think that 85 to 90% of the people watching this show agree with you. And for some reason, I'm just not one of them. And I have totally been willing to criticize the show and I think it deserves it. But I think it's been just as good as ever. So I must be crazy. I don't know.
You're not crazy. And maybe entertaining wheel spinning is totally fine in the zombie universe. I don't know.
I mean, if an episode feels like filler, then I don't like that. But if in an episode, I think there can be very little plot progression, but have it be really tense or fascinating or character building or whatever. So, but I mean, like 7. I said, most people are on board with you. So
I'm hoping it's a great season finale. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You have any notes?
Yeah, so I liked the barnacle zombies too. That was in my notes, but also when Rapey Davy was slowly coming back to life, and he was like, that was pretty cool.
His eyes open with the crazy contact lenses. Yeah.
Grace said that the guy that Maggie was helping, teaching how to farm, that he was hot AF. What is hot AF?
I don't. Hot as F. Hot as F.
I actually knew that. I just wanted to see if you knew. Hi, Grace.
I figured
she
it out.
Doesn't listen anymore.
Hi, Gracie.
And Carl said he thinks about the people he didn't kill. Like who? Didn't he kill
Negan.
Everyone?
Negan.
Oh, okay. Negan.
You know what? And he could have been thinking as far back as when he was back at the farmhouse, remember? And he didn't kill the zombie in the mud and the zombie came and got Dale.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad one. That was a bad, I could have killed that zombie and I didn't.
Yep.
And
absolutely.
And Negan, he had a freaking automatic weapon aimed at Negan and did not fire.
I know.
Just saying.
Okay, and then finally we saw that it was Dwight who Rosita saw at the end of last ep. Now here he is in Morgan's cell. And so that means we have Eugene going over to the Savior's side and potentially Dwight coming over to Rick's side. Do you think he's coming over to Rick's side, or is he a plant or something? You think so?
I think he's staying true to how they've been writing him. Absolutely.
Having just more and more resent towards Negan?
Yeah, his wife left. And that was half the reason why he was there. He has no reason to stay there anymore.
Okay.
Sherry took off, and he's like, I'm out of here. Have you looked at my face?
And then he's like, Rick's like, is that true? Do you want to help? I do. Okay, get on your knees. It's like, pervert.
Right. I'm like, how is that going to help? Maybe in the short term.
You. Yeah. So what's he going to do? Is he just fucking with him to...
He's making him... He's doing what Negan
did. Yeah.
Yeah. He's giving him a little taste of what Negan did, which, do you have to do that? I guess you do. Maybe he's going to give him a series of... he's going to give him a test.
Maybe he's going to bash his brains in with a baseball bat.
It did look like he was about to shoot him.
I know. Okay, that's good. Episode covered. Let's take a little break. There's more to come.
Our next sponsor is a really terrific thing, which is Movement watches. And Movement was started by two broke college kids that wanted to wear stylish watches but couldn't afford them. So Movement, spelled MVMT but pronounced Movement, watches was founded on the belief that style shouldn't break the bank. And this is kind of cool because it was started by two people who wanted to build a neat thing. And that's kind of what we did with the podcast. We wanted to build this thing into a podcast. And that's sort of what we did, just like how Movement got started. So it's, not some multi-billion-dollar corporation. It's these guys who wanted to make a neat product.
We should have started a watch company instead.
We should have. Instead of all this yakety-yakking. Well, the great thing is that, you know what? We've got the watches now. And they're so cool looking. They're very stylish. I just love mine.
They're the most stylish